My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Cancerians. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, we're going to do a general reading of past, present, future, 9-card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and then draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So let's get started on your reading. General card is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Let's look at the first row, which is also your past. Start off with 3 of Pentacles, collaboration, 4 of Swords, in need of rest, and 5 of Swords, overcoming some big battle in the past. Wonderful, and congratulations on whatever this goal or achievement, or any kind of actual battle for that matter, took place in your past. But I'm actually seeing is that this was probably end of the year final exams. My goodness, sometimes my hair just really bothers me for that matter. But, yeah, I'm just kind of getting that you pretty much, yeah, you had a lot of support on actually overcoming some kind of battle or some kind of like goal or achievement. I mean, technically, well, maybe this already took place about a week ago or a month ago. Maybe that was the final exam of your academic school year or whatever it was and stuff like that. But it looked like that you were wonderful, and congratulations on achieving this beautiful battle. Wonderful, because just like any water sign, I mean, Cancers, you guys are so intelligent, you guys are very intuitive, you guys are just pretty much just see things from just beautiful clear waters for that matter. I mean, my goodness, your senses and intuition were probably just really sharp as anything, and you had so many humans that admired you or maybe even supported you, and you were pretty much resting up for the final show, and this is you presenting this beautiful final product. Congratulations. I think you guys did a wonderful, amazing job. Though in current times, you do start off with Hanged Man reversed, High Priestess, one of the beautiful, strong cards, and 10 of Wands reversed. Okay, so maybe in current times you feel a little bit jittery of some kind, but yet the High Priestess, your beautiful senses and intuition, are there to support and guide you, and to also help you release of any kind of burdens in current times. So, this is you probably just, probably doing a lot of reflection on the whole, past, or even if this is, taking place in current times, you're probably doing a lot of, self-reflection. You're probably reflecting on the whole instance, even in the past and in current times, and that's what's kind of giving you a bit of a, feeling a bit uncertain or a bit imbalanced for that reason. But the High Priestess is pretty much there with her upper book of knowledge, probably looking at your past achievements and grounding you with all of your beautiful themes or characteristics, whatever it is, and that's pretty much also helping you release yourself from all necessary stresses and worries and frustrations in current times. I love that. The High Priestess is actually one of my beautiful favorite cards because, the High Priestess is, considered the strongest because, well, yeah, she has her upper book of knowledge. She's in a very grounded, she's pretty much determined. She's a really good, just, strategist in her own way. And she pretty much just, can already, see the future, practically, through a lot of good clarification or, clarity for that matter. But we're going to do clarification, of course, with these cards. But let's first look at the future. Seven of Cups. Opening new doors and opportunities. Wheel of Fortune. And the Tower, the sudden change, Aries energy. My goodness, okay. You know what I'm getting here? I'm getting this really beautiful new opportunity that's being presented to you. And the thing is even though the Tower is technically a blessing in disguise kind of card, it's kind of like a silver lining card. How so? Because this sudden change is pretty much what's contributing from this beautiful opportunities and options, and you actually have this luck and fortune to be able to maybe try out this new endeavor, this new course of action, or any kind of offering for that matter. Even though it looks a bit uncertain, and it's pretty much something that you might have to grow into eventually, or even soon in the future. But the fact is that you do have luck and resources and fortune on your side to be able to actually experience this change in the future. I want to do some clarification because so far this looks incredibly beautiful on so many levels. But anyway, let's start off with 3 of Pentacles in the past. High Priestess, your beautiful intuition. This is already You'll probably have a really good mentor, or maybe you are your own personal mentor for that matter. But the High Priestess was your biggest source of inspiration, your guide, your support, your, yeah, just any kind of, positivity. And that is what enhanced the Three of Pentacles of thinking, yes, you're not alone, because you either have yourself, you have a mentor, you have a guide, support, maybe you have a fellow water sign, maybe Pisces, another Cancer, or even Scorpio for that matter. But yeah, there was already just this sense of feeling that everything was going to work out in your favor in the past. Wonderful. Four of Swords, you were resting up for the big show. Nine of Pentacles, so you probably were basking in a valley of pentacles, abundance, of so much wonderful resources and stuff like that. And maybe that's what the High Priestess was also telling you, is maybe also looking at your positive sides as well, and just actually thinking, okay, you're resting up because you have all the resources you need. You have everything it takes to head towards the Five of Swords battle moment. So, and this is you just actually just thinking, okay, we put in all of our best, everything we did for this moment, stuff like that, but now we're going to be heading towards the future, or even towards the battle. But it's really important to know that you had all of your affairs, your resources, all of your beautiful intelligence, probably from the the upper book of knowledge. Maybe you had to do some last minute studying for that matter regarding the upper book of knowledge from the High Priestess or something. But again, it is a general reading, but this is you actually thinking, okay, we're in a very good organized position. But let's see how the battle lands. The Tower. Ooh, and the second tower decided to show up. Okay. Well, the thing is this is probably, the silver lining battle that you did eventually win in the past, or maybe this is still kind of an ongoing kind of battle, but this is a silver lining of thinking that this was a sudden change. So this battle actually resulted in this sudden change, like maybe, you were being presented with this new offering already for that matter, but for any kind of sudden change, I wonder, what the sudden change could have been, because you do feel in current times a bit out of your element for that matter. You do feel a bit anxious in current times. So, but whatever, contributed to this, pretty much, I'm kind of getting that, I want you to win this battle, but I'm wondering, if the Tower could have somehow, contributed to a bit of uncertainty about you in current times. Because you do feel anxious, you probably do feel a bit uncertain in current times, but you do get the Daughter of Grails, the Page of Cups. This is kind of like a daydream. So, maybe you're just kind of overlooking, what the sudden change could have been, and maybe this is where you're now in the comfort of thinking, okay, I feel a bit uncertain and anxious. I mean, maybe this is you having to wait for the final test results or something. I don't know how those things per se work. However, I do sense that in current times that you're kind of clinging to some kind of daydream or some kind of fiction mindset where you just think, okay, I need to escape reality for a bit because I feel incredibly anxious right now. Because for the High Priestess, you get Daughter of Skulls, Page of Pentacles. So this is actually maybe the start of a wonderful new beginning for you, because this is you, your intuition, the High Priestess, the upper book of knowledge individual that pretty much just said, you're actually going to be okay in this current times for that matter. And that's why it's releasing yourself from all the burdens and worries. So I think, you're pretty much going to be getting some positive, results coming up real soon. Again, I can't say when or how, and I don't know exactly the specific, type of test result that you're waiting for, or any kind of result. But this is you, and this is pretty much a very beautiful card, because even though it is an Earth card, you could also have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo placements. But what I love about this, card especially is, this vampiress is kind of stuck in the woods, but she has her tiny little candle of hope. She's still remaining optimistic, despite feeling anxious or uncertain about her current circumstance. Because from the Ten of Wands reversed, Judgment. Clarity, head out of the clouds. You're definitely, it's going to be some kind of grand announcement taking place. So, again, I don't know when or where or how, but I think you're going to be okay. You're probably going to get a really good positive test result. Maybe this is the final exam. I have no idea exactly well, to not to specify it because it is general. So, but either way, maybe you headed off towards a job interview and maybe you were just being considered, saying we'll get back to you eventually. And if you hear our phone call or whatever, then it means that you get the job. But either way, you will have this beautiful grand announcement, and that's shedding away all of the stress and worries and frustrations in current times coming up real soon. Wonderful. Wow. And you have many options and opportunities. You do get death, which is a rebirthing card, but this is actually rebirthing into a new beginning in the future. Now, the Seven of Cups is like opportunities being presented to you, but if you're being presented with one of these opportunities or options, it's going to cause you to go through a bit of a transition phase. And of course, with any kind of, shedding of, the previous moments of the Ten of Wands, heading off towards the future, yes, this is actually, the transition phase of getting into this new phase of yours. You're probably celebrating your final exams, maybe your graduation ceremonies, whatever it is that humans celebrate during current times, or maybe you've been through a celebratory occasion, but this is you heading off towards a new beginning. Yes, this new transition is really crucial because for the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Cups, partnership, maybe support, so much clarity, whatever it may be, or maybe you're about to get married real soon. Again, as there's a general reason, we're reading, but the point is I see luck and fortune, and there's so much clarity, but this is also self-love, self-care, and self-support because of the beautiful Wheel of Fortune that's being presented to you. Wonderful. I love this. I just think it's just a really beautiful combination for that matter. You've probably been through so much stress and anxiety and so much like, whoa, will I be able to handle this? But I think you're doing an incredible job. Because for the Tower, the sudden change, Prince of Grills, Knight of Cups, you're going to be being offered, or you're going to be presented with this beautiful offering coming up. And again, I can't say what, when or how, but this sudden change because, you pretty much proved to yourself how capable you are. Maybe you did, actually pass some kind of job interview, maybe finals or end of the year exam, whatever it was, but this sudden change, this could be an unexpected phone call, an unexpected electronic message, or anything, but you're definitely going to be offered, being presented with something in the future. Yes, you will probably feel a bit imbalanced, maybe uncertain about this whole offering and stuff like that, but that's why when you are being offered something, presented with something, is make sure, that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and that it is a realistic offering for that matter, because this sudden change of whatever it may be, maybe you're going to suddenly be presented with this unexpected miraculous offering coming up real soon in the future, and I can't say when or how. This could also be taking place during Scorpio season, or even during any kind of season coming up in the future for that matter. But either way, I just think it just looks incredibly promising. But always double check just to be sure. And of course, your beautiful watery senses are probably going to be taking care of your own senses, especially since you have the High Priestess twice in this reading. So love it. Your personal vampire, you get the Seven of Wands. You are definitely in a very defensive but protecting position coming up with the Seven of Wands. So maybe, this is pretty much also you actually, will continue proceeding with any kind of upcoming battles coming up because you've already, have already witnessed how strong and capable you were in the past. And this is you actually having this very strong, passionate, fiery, sense of wanting to protect and defend something, but it could be any kind of battle or any kind of sparring for that moment taking place with the Seven of Wands, of thinking, okay, now we're actually going to put in a lot of time and effort because we have achieved our beautiful grand, goal of whatever it was, end of the year exam, a job interview, maybe a combination of those two, whatever it may be, but I just see you in a very powerful, but also very strong, confident position real soon. What does Oracle want to add? The past of prison, bitterness, grudge, and refusal to let go. Well, the thing is maybe you've been through a real negative experience, and maybe that's why, the High Priestess came in twice to remind you to, to always, to tell yourself how strong and capable you are, because maybe you have been through a negative, past experience for that matter, and then sometimes you need to have the affirmations and guidance and support from you both the High Priestess, in your current times, to remind yourself to always let go of all uncertainties and stuff like that. Even though you might think, well, I sometimes, like to hang on to, the negative experiences, because that's kind of what the High Priestess about your experiences are all about, is that they're kind of there to, be used as cautionary tales. So maybe this is just a cautionary tale kind of card, but any kind of cautionary tale, always try to learn from any kind of mistake or any kind of event that probably just didn't work out in your favor at first, but eventually, with the beautiful High Priestess as your backup and support and stuff like that, you managed to actually get over that hurdle of whatever it was, or overcome any kind of setback. But yeah, it's okay. I can understand how the past could always be haunting us in so many ways. Trust me, I know that all too well. It's like when I told you about the death card, how that's one of the cards I pulled for the vampire stuff like that. It's just only these tiny little reminders and stuff like that. But yet, just use them as cautionary tales and you'll be just as successful as ever. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered, because for number 1, you get a yes with the 6 of Pentacles. Ah, yes with the Knight of Swords. And a yes with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. My goodness, you get 3 yeses in this reading. How about that? 3 is a charm. Okay. My beautiful, amazing Cancerians, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now. But if this reading resonated for you, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to love readings, so for now, I'm just doing general and love. But if you want to have a personal reading, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on where this journey may take you.